Hello YouTube, this is Catherine and this is my first video. Today I wanted to talk to you about a space that I've come to call the void. The void is a black space that exists in the sleepscape. I often find myself lucid or attempting to astral project, moving through the void at a very fast speed. Um, Sometimes falling forward, sometimes with more control, sometimes allowing myself to be moved, drifted around like I'm in some kind of magic elevator, and then what tends to happen is I will manifest somewhere else. That is to say, if I don't wake up, because sometimes it's very exciting or scary or something to be in this intermediate space, and I wake up or I lose lucidity and I just go into a regular dream after the jump. I started thinking about this concept because recently I've had two dreams where I went to the void and they sort of deviated from the norm. In one of them, I was trying to go as fast as I could through the space, so I went face first and hands behind me. And I noticed it was like I was looking at the void more closely with my face forward, and I noticed that there were little red, faint, squiggly lights everywhere. And it was like, oh, when you look closely, you can see more than just the blackness. And then just last week, I had another experience where I was moving through the void. In this one, my baby was with me, and I couldn't put my hands backwards, so I had to put them forward. I noticed that there were faint blue lights everywhere, and with my hands forward, I felt myself um, being pulled by hands, like really strong, trustworthy hands. So I allowed them to pull me into the next dreamscape. Um, Looking back at my dream journal, I saw that the first experience I ever had in the void was probably on New Year's Day in 2013. Back then, it was very startling or confusing being in that space. Like, I spent a long time trying to figure out how to open my eyes because I just thought that my eyes were closed. And I did get somewhere with like manually opening them. Um, I even had one dream where I commented that in my experience, I realized that I was using my third eye rather than my two regular seeing eyes. Um, I also noticed that there was a correlation between, I often set intentions in lucid dreams or astral projection experiences of where I want to go or what I'm trying to achieve or learn. And if I set an intention having to do with compassion, I often ended up in the void. This correlates with what I got when I channeled on this subject. Like, okay, what is this place? I know other people have experienced it, other people talk about it, but what is it? Why does it appear this way? Where is it? What level of awareness is it? And I got that it's basically a representation of the great mystery. The void is the great mystery, the great mother. Um, Funny enough, I also found a dream where I was scared. Someone was chasing me, so I made a jump and I asked to go to my mother, and I ended up in the void. I thought that I wasn't going where I was trying to go, but maybe I was. Anyway, um, I also saw that there were other experiences I had where the void looked different, like one where there were white flecks in the void, or one where there was a gold pattern all throughout it, and another one where I was being pulled by hands that in that dream I identified as the hands of a dream guide. So I didn't remember those, but I think it's interesting that this space can show up in different ways. Another way, I guess it's not this space, but another way the experience can show up is a white void, a white light. Well, it's the white light of clear light of awareness. I learned about it practicing sleep yoga with Tenzin Wangyal Rinpoche. I have his book here that was very influential to me. So in this experience, I was practicing sleep yoga. I knew from the teachings that I needed to end up somehow in this clear light. And so I was lucid in a dream and looking for the clear light. There were white lights. They were moving, moving, moving. I couldn't focus on them. So at some point I realized, oh, I'm in a car. I just need to stop, get out, and then focus on the light. So I did that. And when I did, I was immediately just like sucked into this white light, everything white just filling my vision and moving extremely fast forward into it, like just falling really rapidly. It scared me and I woke up, and that's the only time I've ever been there. Or I say been there. I don't know if it's a place or a state or what. Anyway, the next day someone else told me that the teacher had actually said that it would feel like you were falling really fast, but I zoned out on that or something, so I missed it and wasn't expecting it, and it was maybe more scary than it needed to be. Anyway, I'm curious what other people's experiences are with the void. Like, have you been there? Is it always the same for you? Is it a sort of portal for you to a new dream or a new state? Do you ever experience other beings in the void? And also, what do you think the void is? What does it mean to be there? That's all for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope to post more videos soon.